Ottawa Run for Women is coming Saturday, June 15th at LeBreton Flats. And with all the details right now, we say hello to Anne-Marie O'Brien, who is the lead of women's mental health at the Royal. Nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us.
We also have Glenda O'Hara with us as well, a former peer support group participant and current facilitator. Busy lady. Hi, Glenda.
Hi.
A quick history of the women's mental health department at the Royal, Anne-Marie.
Right, so we were the fortunate recipients of a very generous gift about 10 years ago from Shirley Greenberg, and that got us launched with women's mental health at the Royal. And since that time, Shoppers has come on board and really is our main source of revenue for the program, is the Shoppers Run for Women.
Okay, so how long has this run been taking place?
This is our 7th year for the run. And it's a fantastic, fun event in Ottawa, and 100% of the proceeds come to women's mental health at the Royal.
That's incredible. And I understand a whole pile of cash has been raised throughout the years.
Yes, we will hit the $3 million mark this year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so Ottawans are very generous, and we're appreciative.
We'll talk about the day and how it unfolds coming up in moments, but Glenda, you do have a story, obviously, to become a participant. Tell us about your story.
Well, I'd say about 5 or 6 years ago, my psychiatrist walked me over to the Women's Centre in the Royal, and I took some groups there, some recovery groups, journaling groups, and I really enjoyed them a lot. And I decided part of my recovery is giving back and volunteering. So I trained to be a facilitator, and that's what I do now at the Women's Centre. I run recovery groups several times a year with a co-facilitator, and the women find a lot of comfort in participating in groups that are just women, because women have very distinct issues when it comes to mental health, and they feel a lot of comfort being together.
And that's amazing. I need to ask you, so Anne-Marie, I mean, 1 in 3 women are affected by mental health disorders?
Right.
Seems kind of staggering. That seems like a lot of people. It
is a lot of people. Women are particularly impacted by mood and anxiety disorders. The prevalence, it's twice as common among women than among men, and we're just beginning to understand why. A part of the reason is our unique biology. So you have hormonal factors, you also have the composition of our bodies is different than men, and that is going to impact how we experience illness and how we experience treatment. There's also social factors that contribute to that statistic. So for example, women earn something like 75 cents to every dollar a man earns. That impact of that disparity in income is going to affect a woman's mental health as well. Of
course, but we're also finding that aerobic exercise is helping. I mean, it's one of the contributing factors to the road to recovery.
Absolutely, and that's something that runners or exercisers knew intuitively, that they felt better after the run. And they thought, this really helps. For whatever reason, it really helps. Well, a lot of good research has shown now that it helps because of the release of endorphins in the brain, and that's sort of the happiness hormone. And when you run or do vigorous aerobic exercise, that gets stimulated in your brain, and it's going to help you to really feel better. So we're encouraging physical exercise within people's capabilities in whatever way they can. So this run is a really good endorsement of that.
Glenda, why is it so important to have the Royal, as far as you're concerned, I mean, and all the help that they've given you and now you're giving back? Why is it so important to have this in our community?
Oh, I can tell you that my colleagues and friends, it's a sanctuary. It's a place that there's no stigma. It's a place where people just are there with one goal, to help people recovery. I say, to quote Coldplay, lights will guide you home, from their song Fix You, and I think a lot of the people at the Royal were my lights.
That's amazing. That's a beautiful thing to say.
That just warms my heart.
Well, so Anne-Marie, about 45 seconds-ish, tell us about the day, June 15th, and why people should be on board.
Oh, it's an awesome day. When you're living with a mental illness, it can feel really isolating, and you can feel misunderstood and alone. And when you come to the run, there are 3,000 people registered, and they're all there to support recovery and to support positive mental health for women. That's an amazing feeling. It raises a ton of money. It's people really showing up for an excellent cause, and I really hope you can register at runforwomen.ca.
All right, kicks off at 8:30, LeBreton Flats Park.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun day for sure.
It
and
is.
Anne-Marie, Glenda, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
And inspiring.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime. Details on the Italian Week Festival coming up in moments right here on Rogers TV.